Alright guys, let me share my screen. The window. Can you guys see my screen? Please let me know if you can see my screen. Give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Alright. Alright, so this course is a 6 weeks course, and we're going to be learning backend development. And when you want to build backend development, you use a lot of there is a lot of technologies that you can use. We have Node.js, which is the JavaScript ecosystem. We have Spring Boot, which is Java. We have Python. You can build with Python. So a lot of technologies are there for you to build your backend systems. So I'm going to be this course is going to be Node.js. So we're going to work with Node.js, and we use some libraries and frameworks in Node.js. Basically, we're going to be using Express.js, and Nest.js. We're going to build a project with that. So it's going to be a hands-on project. All right. So now, before we start learning, we need to understand what backend development is. And for you to know what backend development is, you have to understand what software development actually is, because that's the broader term there. So check the group. I just shared the I just shared the link to the slides. All right. So check the group. I just shared the link to the slides, so you can just go, study with me as we go on. So, what is software development? All right, software development is the process of designing, building, testing, and maintaining software applications or systems that runs on computers, mobile devices, or web, or the web. So, this is, computers. Computers are made up of two components primarily. We have the hardware and the software. The hardwares are the hard components, the devices, the CPUs, the mouse, and the rest, the monitors. All right. Then we have the softwares. The softwares are the components that actually runs on this on that makes computer what it is. That makes it the computer that it is. So everything that has to do with software has to be developed, and software development is the term there. So we have different types of software development. We have a web development, we have mobile app development, we have desktop application development, and we have game development. All right. So all these developments are different branches of software development, and you can major into any of them. You can branch into any of them, and as it is, each of them also they are kind of broad, because when you go into any of them, you find out that there are still other sub sections of types of development that you find there. So then let's go on. We are now our branch here, backend development. We are actually branching into web development. All right. So, and what is web development? It is actually building websites or web applications or web apps that you can open in a browser like Chrome, Safari, Firefox, and the rest. All right. So it's basically your applications that you build that runs on the browser. Like this meeting that we're having now, we are having it on the browser. So basically, this Google Meet is actually a web application, and it is developed via web development. All right. So practically, we are using what we want to study. All right. Now, now, sorry, I don't know why somebody messaged me that. Okay, so now, what is web development? Web development is made up of front-end development, back-end development, and your database. All right. So basically, you are coming to what we want to study in this course. So what is front-end? Front-end development is actually what users see and interact with on their browser. Now, these slides that I'm discussing this thing with you is is the front-end development of Google Doc. It's the front-end part of Google Doc. They have a backend. The backend, you know, regulates everything that happens on the application. Why this front end is the part that we interact with. Okay. Now the backend development is everything that happens behind the scenes. We don't actually know what is happening in the backend except the developers. They know what they actually implemented in the backend. But we the end users, we don't know what is actually happening in the backend. All right, so we only interact with the front end. It's okay, we just it's they make it fancy, they make it user friendly, they design it very well so that it will it will be appealing to the users. That's the front end. But the back end is actually crude. A lot of you can't actually use the back end as a end user. All right, that's why we have the front end. The front end interacts with the users. Then we have the database. Database is where data is stored and retrieved. So you can when you're building your backend system, you have your database that you store data because you have to persist data. All right, you have to persist your data. You need to make your data last longer. So I think that's the next one. So this is just the next. This slide is just the overview, simplified request response view of the whole web development cycle. All right, we have the client, which is the front end, where the front end resides. We have the backend, which is the server. We can call it the server, right? Or we call it backend. Then we have the database. All right. So this is just a simplified. So there is communication between the front end and the server. There is communication between the server and the database. All right. So as you can see, there is no direct communication between the front end and the database. No, for the front end to get data, it needs to communicate with the server. Then the server interacts with the database, and they share information, and the process is complete. So all right. So do any of you have any question concerning what I've just explained? Maybe if you don't understand anything, do you have any question on what I've said so far? You can unmute and speak. Hello, are you guys with me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we are flowing, right? We are following. There's no question so far. All right. If there's none, let me continue. So we'll go to the next slides. So basically, what is all this all about? Like, why is there? Why do we have this system as it is? Now, why do we have a system set up like this, where you have the front end applications, you have the back end, and you have the database? Why is it? It's actually all about exchanging of information and communication of computers. Okay. So now, what do we mean? Let's say you subscribe, you sign up on Facebook. Why are you sign up on Facebook? You want to get connected to people, to get connected to your friends and the rest. And why did Facebook create systems like that. They have to create clients, they have to create server, and they have to create their database. So it's because this client, the client server and database needs to communicate for you, for them to be able to manage your data as the end user. All right. When you sign up, you give them your information, you submit your pictures. When you submit your pictures to the client, the front end takes your picture, give it to the server processes it, authenticates it, see that okay, this picture is not malicious, it's not a hacker that is trying to hack their system, it authenticates everything, and if everything is valid, it stores it on their database. So there's communication between the front end, the server, and the database. Now let's go deeper. Computers interact with each other via network. All right. Now these computers, they interact with each other. The server sends information to the client sends information to the server sends to the database. How do they do it? Is it a magic? All right. So no, it's not a magic. It's a term. It's a concept called networks in computer science. When you do computer science, you understand it. So it's called network, and networks uses protocols. There's something called protocol. Protocol is just like agreements, like our English language that we use for our official language. The protocol there is that you have to know your grammars, you have to know your verbs, your nouns and the rest. Those are protocols. If I speak a proper English language, you understand me. But if I speak something that you don't understand, something that is different, you don't understand because it is not a protocol. It's not the standard agreement. All right, it's not the standard agreement that you were used to. So computers also have their languages to when they communicate via network. So they have to use that agreement, that language, that protocol to communicate. And what is it? It's actually IP addresses and ports. If you are into tech, you must know what IP addresses are, and you must know what ports are. Basically, IP address is that okay, everything we are doing is on the internet. Internet is called interconnected network. Briefly, interconnected network. So internet is like interconnected network. So it's just like computers that are interconnected. All right. This computer here in Lagos can connect with computers in US. So that's what internet is. And how do they connect? They connect. How do they know their addresses? They know their addresses via IP. All right. So IP address is just like our local physical human address. That if I want to come to your location, you give me your address. That if I come to your address, I need to know your room number, your house number, where the particular room that you stay. Then if I come to your address, then I'll go to your room, then locate you and give you information, or meet you and do whatever I want to do. All right, we meet and discuss and the rest. So basically, that's what IP addresses and ports do with computers over the internet. All right. So let's go on. You understand? All right. So now, how do these things happen? How do all these things happen? Okay, let's take for example now. You want to interact on Facebook. I want to go into Facebook. You go to your computer, then you go to your browser on your computer, and you type www.facebook.com. Now, what will happen? Yeah, when you type it in your browser, your browser will send a request. Sorry, I think your browser will send a request. Your browser will send a request to a DNS server. There's what they call DNS server, domain name domain name server. It's actually where, all right, this, like I said, computers interact with IP addresses. Now, what we typed in is a normal human readable name. It's not. It doesn't look like IP address. IP addresses are like 112.222.22 point so points, any number. Then that's the IP address. You are going to see an example where in the slides. Sorry, I'm talking too much. This is just the brief introduction. In our next subsequent classes, just be demonstration. Won't be doing much of talking, but it's just to introduce the course to us. So when you type in this www.facebook.com, it sends a request to your DNS server. Now, what does the DNS server do. DNS server is like a server, is a record. It keeps records of every domain name that is attached to IP address. All right. So this facebook.com is actually a another name for an IP address. So instead of human beings to be using IP address, because we may not understand, we may not remember what IP addresses are, but we can easily remember facebook.com. That's why there is this system, there's this domain name system. All right, so that humans can be able to marry domain names to IP addresses. So when you type in the Facebook, it's your browser sends in the request to get the IP address, because that's what it's going to use. It's going to use the IP address, not the domain name actually. So when it sends it, now what happens? I don't know why this slides. Okay, let me use my PowerPoint. I think I have. Sorry guys, these slides are not showing the way I wanted them to show. Let me use my PowerPoint instead. All right, you all can see my screen, right? So it responds, the domain name responds with the IP address for facebook.com. So when it responds, the browser takes it now. It now sends a request to a front-end server where Facebook actually store their front-end files. This facebook.com that we see, that we interact with, it goes to the front-end server. The files are stored somewhere on the internet. So when you type in this Facebook, when you type in the Facebook on your browser, it resolves the IP address. Then it's actually now send the request to this IP address. It now knows it uses the IP address to now locate the server on the internet and send request to it. And now with the IP address, your browser sends a request to the front end server to fetch Facebook front end files. Now the front end server responds with the files for Facebook front end. Your browser displays these files. You can now interact with these front end files on your browser. All right, that's when you say, okay, yes, you have loaded, you have logged into Facebook. All right, so when you go there now, as Facebook has loaded, you type in your email and your password. When you type it in, you want to log in basically. Then your browser sends a request to the backend server of Facebook. Now when the first Facebook server receives your information, it runs its code because it contains the backend code. All right, now your server takes the request, processes it, then try to check its database whether you have account with them. It checks your email and it checks your password whether you have an account with Facebook. If you have an account, it will send you a response containing your name, your pictures, your friend list. Then when it receives it, it sends it back to the browser. That's where you have logged in. All right, you've logged into to Facebook. So basically, this part is backend development. This part I circled here, I marked, is backend development, and that is where we are going to be focusing on. All right, so now what is backend development? Backend development is the part of web or software development that focuses on the server side. Now we are talking about the logic, the database interactions, APIs, authentication, and overall system architecture. So we all these things here we are discussing, we're going to implement them. We're going to work with them. It's something we are going to implement and interact with and see how they are being done. Okay, so backend development comprises of the following. You write your code, your written code, or the application itself. So you can write your code in node.js, which is javascript. You can write in java, in python. So when you write your scripts, you write your code, you need a server. A server is like computer. When you see server, I know that it's just a computer. It can be any computer. So you need a server where you store your that runs your code for you. Now business logic is the core rules. Something, the things that you implemented all the checks, all the things that you need your system to do. That's the business logic. So it is very, very important to when you're doing backend development. All right. Sorry, guys. Let me see if there are people trying to join. So now, backend development is kind of is broad because it encompasses desktop development. It encompasses every other development. It's not only on web development per se, but it's more pronounced in web development in the sense that when you build a web application, you actually need the backend, you know to to make everything complete. But on the also when you build desktop applications, the examples of desktop development is that when you are building applications for desktop, like this PowerPoint I opened now on my laptop is a desktop application. All right, your Microsoft Word is a desktop application. Your all the, for all the when you get a laptop and you install softwares, they are actually desktop applications that you've installed. All right, they are not web because they are not web applications because you don't use them on the browser. All right, you don't use them on the browser. So now the mobile development also, we are familiar with mobile applications on our phone. Any phone, if you install any application on your phone, you're actually interacting with mobile developments. Most mobile app, they use backend. They have backend applications that supports them. Probably when you log in, they need to you want to when you run the applications, you want to log in, or you want to sign in. So that's it. I think I is missed up this here. So now, yeah, I've discussed this once. So now let's go into some applications. So now these are the tools that we're going to use for the course. All right. These are the tools we're going to use. So we're going to be downloading and installing these softwares. I need you guys to download and install these softwares on your system because I want you guys to practicalize everything we're going to do. We're going to build a live applications. I'll show you in our next class. That's next week class. I'm going to show you the applications we're going to build. Is a blog applications, a blog application. It's kind of it's simple on the front end, but on the back end you understand how everything is being built and developed along the line. So we need these tools. Node.js, we need a Node.js application. I'll show you guys how we're going to download them. We need VS Code. VS Code is a code editor. Is a code editor where we write our code. Then MySQL Server and Workbench. MySQL Server is our database. All right, is the database we're going to have on our system. We're going to be interacting with. Then we have Docker. Docker is kind of when we is a containerization software. When we get there, we understand what we need it for. Um, then we need to get Git app. Then when we install Git, we have to also register on GitHub. So if you guys are up for it, I will show you guys how we're going to install these items on our system. So if you follow along, please give me thumbs up. Let me know you guys are following along. All right, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, so now how do we need Node.js. Let me out some things here. Right, these are the things we need them for. So let's start. We need to install Node on our system. So to install Node, you simply just go to your browser, NodeJS download. So when you get to Node.js, you see the first link here. You just see it. Google, the browser will show you. Then you click it. So when you come here, you have two options. I'm using Windows. All right, I'm using Windows, so it will automatically detect your operating system. Then if I will click here, click the MSI. All right, you have to click the MSI so that you don't need to click this other one. You just click the MSI. It will download for you. I don't need to download it. I already have it on my system. So when you download it, after downloading, just go to the software you download. You just double click it and you start installing. All your options will be default options. Just be clicking next, anything default option. Then when it has finished installing, I will tell you what next you do. When it has finished installing, how do you know that you've actually installed Node on your system? How do you know that you've installed Node after installing it? Now, when you go to open your terminal, either your PowerShell or your CMD, if you type Node, then -v or Node VV version, if it is installed, you get a message like this. All right, but when you just install it, you not get this message. You get an error that Node is not a it's not. You get an error. So when you have actually installed it and you get this error, you get the error. What you do is that you have to, when you install software on Windows, you have to add it to your path environment so that Windows terminal will be able to know that yes, you install something like that. So what you do is that you locate where you install the file. It's usually whenever you install softwares and Windows are installing the softwares or the system, it's usually in this folder here or anywhere just in your C drive, this folder here. Or pay attention when it is installed, it will tell you the folder where it actually installs the software. So, but basically most of them are on these program files here. Then when you come here, all right, I'm looking for where, but most times it's actually add it for you that you don't need to add it to your path. Okay, I think it automatically adds it to. It's no longer installed Node on my system, so I need to let me know where it's installed it because environmental variables. Sorry guys, so there's something I want to check out. Okay, so when you install Node, you need to go to where it's installed it. Then you click. If you see it anywhere, you see it. My own, I'm not seeing it here because there's a way I installed Node, and I don't want you guys to follow it. I use NVM, something called NVM to install it, so that's why I can't find it here. NVM is handling the installation for me. So, but if you follow this method I showed you, it's very simple for you. You just come here, you see Node. When you see the node, let me use Git for example. When you see node, you see a folder called bin on your node. This is not node, this is Git, but if it is node, you see bin, you copy it, you copy this part here. When you copy it, you go to you locate your environmental variable system. You just type environmental. When you type environmental variable system, Okay, this is where I'll do that. No, it will open up your, when you search for it, you come here, you type environmental variables, you click it, then you come, this is for the users, why this is for the system variables. All right, you need, this is where you come here, you come to the system variables, you scroll down to this place, path. It's very important, this place, path. Here you click it, then when you come here you need to, you add, click new. All right, you click new. When it opens it, you cannot paste what you copied here. So when you do this, as you can see, it's adding a new, this thing that I copied here. When you do this, you click OK, then you click OK, OK till all the windows closes. You click OK, OK. I'm not going to start, keep this one here, remove it, because Git is already added on the parts. So you click OK, click OK, click OK. Then after that, you close your terminal, then you open it again, then you check if, you check the version to know if actually it worked. Then it will give you a message like this. All right, so that's when you know that your node is installed. So you can be doing it here as I'm, as I'm teaching. You can be, working on them. All right, please indicate you're following. Give me a thumbs up that you're following, please. Let me understand, let me know that I'm not.
Glenn, no, no.
All right, if you have a, you can be, you can do practice along with me. Try to install it on the system now, so that if you have, if you encounter any challenge, I can help you debug them as we are so doing it. So guys, please, I need you guys to install this, this software. It's very important. Node.js. That's, in fact, that's the number one thing you need on your system. So when you've installed Node, the next one is your VS Code. You need to install VS Code. All right. This is VS Code. This thing here is called VS Code. This is the software VS Code. All right. This is what we're going to be using. Sorry. So how do you install it? You come to the browser. You come to the browser. Just type VS Code download. As you can see, I already search for it. So you click it. It to automatically detect your system. Then this is it here. So guys, you have to be very careful. There's confusion. There's what we call VS Code and there's what we call Visual Studio Code, and the two of them are kind of almost the same, but the difference is their color. All right. Now let me show you. I've already installed VS Code on my system. Let me show you something here. Um, Let me show you something, guys. Now look at it here. This is VS Code, the one we are looking at. We want to install, and this is Visual Studio Code. All right. These two are different. These two softwares are different. See, they are almost the same thing, but their logo are kind of different. This one is blue, while this one is purple, and the logo here has extra um thing here. So you have to be very careful. This is the one we need. This one. This actually also an editor, but we are not using it. This is one we're going to use. So when you install it, when you come here, you click install. You can, click install anyone here. All right, install, or you click this button, it will download for you. Then when it downloads, you come here and you click install. All right, I already have it on my system, so everything is just straightforward. When you click install, it will prompt you. You click next, next. You just install everything at once. Then it will give you it will launch and you see it. It will be like this on your system. All right, you can use it. So it's very straightforward. All right. But this is, if you find anyone confusing and you want a real time installing, you can go on YouTube and search. You see a lot of videos on them on YouTube. So that's why I didn't want to do them practically, because they are very available on YouTube too, on how to download them. So the next item we need, this next software we need will be this MySQL Server and MySQL Workbench. This is what they look like. This is what it looks like. This is MySQL here. All right. This is the MySQL Workbench here. All right. This is the Workbench. This is just the front end of it. There's MySQL Server. The server, the main database itself. It's running on the background of my system now. That's why this Workbench is able to fetch things, be able to open and do other things. So this is how it looks like. And how do we install it? Simple. Just also you Google it. Type MySQL. Then this page here, this first page you're seeing here, you go there, you click it. Then you scroll down. You come here. All right. You come to this place. You click it. Then when you're here, you click this one. MySQL installer for Windows. It's already detected my operating system. Then it comes here. Then now you have to install this. Don't install this one. This one is kind of like, after installing it, when you want to, after downloading it, when you want to install it, you start using your internet to install. That's what this first one does. But when this second one, if you download it and you want to install it, it doesn't need your internet to install on its own. All right. Now I will share a video on how to install this, because you have to be very careful on how to install this MySQL, because there's one particular setting I need you guys to be careful about, so that we won't have problem when we are using this MySQL in the future. When we start our practicals. So let me get the video on YouTube, so that the guy did a very good work on installing it. Let me see if I have a message. Okay. All right, you can just come here, MySQL. So just MySQL install. So this is the video I'm talking about here. This one. So I'll share this in the group. So please take note of that link. You have to follow through. You guys follow this step, so and you want to install your MySQL. All right. So then the next one is Docker. Guys, I'm really sorry. Maybe this could be overwhelming, but we need these softwares to be in our system, because this is what I use every day of my life as a software engineer and working in the backend system. This is what I use every day. So they are kind of compulsory. You need them. All right. So that we need to install Docker. There's something called Docker Desktop. So you just come on the browser, Docker Desktop for Windows. All right. If you are using Windows, or just download Docker download. You just go to this one, the one that talks about install Docker Desktop on Windows. So you just scroll and you click this one. All right. You click this Docker Desktop. When you click it, it starts downloading, and when it downloads, you install it. All right. I already have it installed. When you after installing it, just go to your downloads, go to your download, and you see it here. Yeah, I have it multiple installed. Just double click, it will start installing. Then after installing, you open it. You may have a challenge with this Docker. So there's what they call WSL on Windows. Alright, you also need to install WSL. Now, after installing Docker Desktop, you need to come to Windows, your terminal. After you've installed your Docker, you need to come here and do something like this: WSL. Alright, you type WSL install. You need to install it on your Windows. Okay, if you are using a Mac, I don't think you have problem with that. If you are using a Linux, any Linux system, Docker will work very well for you. But if you are using Windows, you have to come here and install this WSL. It's Windows Subsystem for Linux. All right, so it kind of helps you to run your Docker very well. So after installing, then you can be able to after installing this and you've installed your Docker, then when you click it, just like I click here, the icon, you see the shortcuts, it will open and you'll be able to use Docker, in your system. So next, then the last one here is Git. All right, you need to install Git. Okay, so what is Git? Git is for version control. Right, when you're writing your code, you need to store it on you need to store it and version your system so that you have proper documentation for it. So to install Git, just type. Let me close this one. Just Git download. So to bring you here, the first page, go there. Then it will pick your operating system. Then you download this. This one you download, you click it. All right. Then when it installs, when it downloads, you just go and install it. You go to the file and you click and install it. So guys, those are the softwares. Please make sure you get them, you install them. All right. Make sure you get them and install them, and that's what we're going to be using. All right. So far, that's what we're going to be using. So basically, today's class, I didn't plan to code. I didn't plan to because I assume that we all don't have all these tools. So my assumption is that since we don't have them, I don't want to code. All right, we just need them to get these softwares and set them up on our system. So by next week we'll be coding. We'll be doing tomorrow even. I don't intend to code because I want to guide us on how we are installing this. So this is the end of my presentation. I will be here for the remaining time. If you have the chance, you can start downloading these things, these softwares. If you have any problem, live problem, I'll be here. I will guide you. We'll install them together. So if you have any issue, we'll install them. I need you guys to install them now, please. If you have the chance, you can install them. But I'll just give us like we'll stay around for like 30 minutes. I don't our class is usually 1 to 4 p.m., 3 hours. But this is the first week. It's just beginning. We are not coding. The 3 hours is actually for coding sessions because when we are coding, we need to I need to be doing live coding so that we'll see it. That's why I put it as in that 3 hours range for us to be to cover everything. So for this first week, we are just installing the tools, and we are going. I don't think we're going to use up to that 3 hours that I stipulated for the course. So I'll be here. If you want to log off, you can log off. But if you want to be here and install and let me see what you're doing, no problem. And I'm here to guide you. All right. Basically, that's what I'm saying. I'm here to guide you. And if you have any question about what I've discussed, you can ask, and I'll put you through if you of any concern that you have. So, all right, our call will end in
Christian,
the next 12 minutes. So if it ends, I will take a breather for like 10 for 15. Okay, we'll take a breather for 10 minutes. Then I'll create another link. Create another link. Then we can hop in the call again just for a few minutes. If you have any question, any concern, anything your software you're installing and it's not working, you can ask me. You share your screen with me. We'll solve the problem together. So,
I have a
all right.
Christian,
Yes, yes, boss.
I have a question on Docker. On Docker, uh, we have two types of Windows when downloading. We have AMD 64 and ARM 64. So which one should we choose?
Go 64. Go with 64.
Both are 64, but the initials AMD and ARM.
Okay, share your screen. Let me see. Can you share your screen?
Yes.
Yeah, share. Let me stop sharing. Now, guys, I need you guys to understand something. I don't think there's any tutorial or any course that you subscribe to that they will introduce Docker to you. Docker is kind of advanced. Like it's kind of I don't know. They first teach you some things then before they introduce Docker to you. Even Kafka, even Redis. But I want to bring these things to you guys because I don't think they are too difficult. If you are able to code and do your first deployment of your backend server, you won't have issues with using Docker and the rest. So I intend to explain it to you guys in a concept that you understand. Then when that is done, you'll be a confident backend developer. All right, download the sorry, go back to your Google. Go back to your Google and click. Go back to Google. All right. No, add a Docker download. Docker download. Just do Docker download. Yeah. Enter. All right. Yeah.
This one.
Yeah. Go to the first link. Scroll down. Let's see. Okay. No. Go back. Go back. Let's go to Google again. Go back. Click your back button. No, not there. No, just click back button. Yeah, go to the next one. That's get started Docker. Yeah. Okay, it's still the same thing. Okay, click and download Docker desktop. All right. No, hold on.
So
AMD
there are
and
these two.
ARM. Wow. What
AMD
operating system are you using? Windows, right?
Windows 11.
Windows 11. All right. Go with
Yes.
AMD.
Okay. So after it has finished, I am set, or there's another thing that I should do.
All right. Go to your terminal and see if you have a WSL on your system.
So CMD.
No, no, go to your terminal. Yeah, yeah, CMD. Yeah, sorry, CMD. Sorry.
I should run with the administrator, or
Okay, use administrator in case of anything.
then.
All right, type WSL
Yes.
space hyphen version. Let's see if you have it already. Version is not installed. All right. Okay. Now, Control C. Press Control C to terminate. You have to install it. Now type WSL hyphen install.
Install
Yeah, install.
like that.
Yeah, enter. Click enter. So it's going to take a while to install. Meanwhile, check is your Docker install ready?
Let me check. No, it is at 10%.
Okay. So have you installed other softwares like the Node? Have you installed Node.js on your system?
Yes, yes. I have been coding for a while, so Node.js, VS Code, Git, all of them I have. I have been using MongoDB as database, so it is my first time to use MySQL Server.
Okay, okay, okay. That's good. Oh,
So interests me is that you are using Docker. I have been wanting to know how to use Docker.
no, Docker is very easy. It sounds complex, but it's very easy. You just there are resources there to learn. It's very easy. It's just to containerize your application so that
For deployment,
yes, you know, if you've listened to Docker, why people use Docker, you see where some people complain that they'll say my application is running on my local machine, but when I deployed it, it didn't run. So Docker helps you to solve that problem. You can
yes.
after working
So
on
what
your
I have heard also about Kubernetes.
yes,
Is there a huge difference between the two?
yeah, there's a difference. They are not actually used for the same thing. Docker is containerization, like you contain your application. Why Kubernetes is to run your pods of your applications. Like it helps you to manage your app, the instances of your app. You know, when you deploy your application to the server and it's working, it's running. Sometimes your server may shut down.
Oh,
Kubernetes will help you to start it and help you to manage it. Basically, you know, to scale it. If you want to instantiate multiple instances of your applications, it will help you do that.
okay.
Yeah, so but we're not going to
So
use
in simple
Kubernetes
terms,
here because Kubernetes have I don't think it's you can't use it on Windows. Alright, you can't use it on Windows. I didn't I use it on my Ubuntu server here whenever I'm working. I use it on my Ubuntu server. But so it only works on Linux.
okay.
I'm not too familiar if it works on Mac, but that's why most cloud system where our deployments we're going to be doing it on a Linux server, not Windows. Windows is actually for you know I wanted to use Ubuntu Linux for this tutorial, but no, I decided against it because many people may not be familiar with it. All right, so I think your network is not fast enough, but no problem. Just if you have any issue in the along the line, you're in the group, right? You can share your problems in the group.
Okay, I hope after this I will be set to I will be finished to download Docker.
Yeah, yeah.
That was my main issue.
When it installs, you can now when it downloads, you can install. Then Docker is kind of tricky. It's kind of stubborn. You may have encounter some issue, but you can reach out to me when you want to resolve them. So, is anybody doing the same thing? If you want to install anything, if you're having problem with anything, All right, guys. So we're going to end the call now, and in the next 10 minutes, I will initiate another call. I will be here. If you have any issue, I will help you solve it. Then after that, we'll call it a day. Then tomorrow, I will give us information on tomorrow also. Tomorrow is still installing. If you have issue on how to anything on installation, you reach out to me. I'll still be online tomorrow for meeting. Hello guys, welcome back. Welcome back to the second sessions. The second session. So um, here I just want you guys to know your updates on what you're installing. If you are still installing, if you have any issue, you can let me know. Hello guys, I hope you are installing softwares. So guys, I'm not going to I'm not going to discuss anything. Just for you to guys, for you to install your softwares. If you have issues, encountering any bug, if you have installed, you can actually tell me that yes, I've installed and show me. Let me see. At least to encourage others to install also, to download and install. Okay, yeah, on Docker, um, if you want to install Docker, just come. Let's do that again. Then it should bring you here, like this docs.docker.com. You come here, then it takes you down. I think some of you are like, so you see X. This is the one you download actually. This X8664.
Yes, you can't see a screen.
But if like the one I saw, it brought them here. It didn't show them this option. Then if you come here, then this option is the one you download for Windows. This AMD is the architecture. The CPU architecture is the one that is very popular. ARM is not too popular as it is. So when you've installed it, you need to check if you have WSL Windows Sub System for Linux. It's kind of is important.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you, Mr. Cliff.
I can't see your screen. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, my I forgot to share. Forgot to share. You can see it, right? You can see it now, right? So when you
Yes.
actually, let me start from the beginning. So you type in Docker download. Uh, for me, I'm seeing this option. This option is kind of straightforward. It will just bring me here. I will just download from here this first one. This Docker desktop for Windows x86 64. That's the option I will download. But if it didn't bring me here, if it is here, this option, um, then you have to download this one, AMD, right? AMD 64. If you're a Mac, you download the architecture for your system. If you're on Linux, you download for Linux. So that will do that. Then when you've installed on your Windows, you have to install your WSL for Windows. First, you check if you have it installed already. You check if you have it installed. I have it installed already. But if you don't have it, you just do, instead of version, you do install WSL hyphen hyphen install. Then you click enter to install the default Ubuntu Linux system. Then it will now be able to work. Your Docker will be able to work on your system, on your Windows. Because basically Docker wasn't designed for Windows. So if you're installing, you can share your screen. Let me see what you're doing, or or if you have any problem, you can ask me any question. If you don't understand what I did, yeah. If I can you raise your hand. Let's see.
Yeah, sir. I tried installing it using the Windows PowerShell, but it keeps showing me I should install from the Microsoft Store.
Okay, you mean the WSL, right?
Yes.
Okay, you can still install from there. Yeah, you can still install from there.
Hmm.
Then when you get to the store,
Okay.
the distribution you install, mostly the most popular one is Ubuntu. I'm going to my store now. Also, I forgot to mention, it's when you're on this on WSL on the App Store, it's the WSL 2. So here, um, it's either you download this or you do this. So I'll go with this. So Ubuntu, download this Ubuntu to install on your system. Also, you can install Docker Desktop from the store. If you don't want to go through the website, you can get it from the store. So these are the options there for you. Okay. Is someone still confused about MySQL? All right, it's straightforward. Let me rephrase it. But guys, don't worry. This I will upload this video on YouTube. I will let you guys know when I do that. So that you can go through it once more. So to download the MySQL, um, isn't there? Isn't there? Isn't there? Close or reduce your voice. You're not side meeting. Okay, guys, MySQL. If you want to download MySQL, you just go to Google. You type MySQL download. Actually, when you are there's something I forgot to mention. When you're downloading MySQL, there's an option you have to pick. I really need you guys to go through to watch that video I shared on the group. Let me iterate it one more time. Oh, I didn't share it in the group. Let me share it in the group. You need that video to actually follow through that video on MySQL because it's going to. MySQL install. Oh my god. Make this thing public. Alright, so using a group now to share it on Telegram. So if you have installed any of them, you can show me. Let me confirm. Let me see.
Bon, yo, c'est qui le
Yeah.
If you have installed, you can show me. Let me see. So that's all right, guys. So for the meantime, let me just show you guys the frameworks we're going to be using. I don't want to discuss the all right. So Express.js. Express.js is a very flexible framework. All right. We're going to see how we're going to demonstrate use it to build our app. Then the next one is Nest.js. So basically, what I'm going to do is I will we will build the app together with Express.js. Then after building it with Express.js, we'll now transform the same logic into Nest.js. All right. We'll transform the same logic into Next.js. Why I want to why I do that, like I could have just decided to use Next.js because it's kind of popular these days. Next.js is kind of popular these days, but I feel that you need to understand Express.js because Express.js is I think is one of the is the among the first popular Node.js framework. You can't talk about Node.js without talking about Express.js. All right, and every other most other frameworks or libraries kind of build on them, build on Express.js. So it's very fundamental that you understand Express.js, even if you are not going to be using it. You need to understand it. That's why I felt that we'll build the whole application on Express.js. Then we'll now translate the same logic into Nest.js, so that you know how the two of them relates. All right, so you know how the two of them relates, and it will help you with better understanding. All right, so Express.js is kind of easy going, and we're going to be using TypeScript. So these are the documentations. If you can just go, if you want to go through them, we're going to be typing in TypeScript because normally JavaScript, I don't like introducing people to JavaScript alone. I would like to introduce people to TypeScript because actually the TypeScript is JavaScript. That's the thing. It's JavaScript, but it's types. That types helps you when you're building your applications and when you want to scale it. When your application starts growing bigger. So TypeScript is the go-to. All right. So we're going to be using TypeScript to it's not too complex. It's very easy. You type it's for your typings and the rest, so that your applications will scale. So are you downloading? Sorry, are you if you're having difficulty, you can let me know. Or should I be calling your names one after the other so that you show me what you're doing? Yeah, Cliff. How far, Cliff? Are you? Is your install ready? Is it finally done?
Hi. Uh, I was installing Docker. I think it's just a few seconds left, then I'm done. I think I have the rest of the tools. It's just Docker now that is
Okay.
downloading.
It means you're a developer already. You're a developer, right?
Sorry?
You said you have the tools ready before now. It means you're a developer. Like you've been working. You're a backend developer.
Yeah. Yes, I have.
Okay. Nice to have you here.
And also have a question
Okay.
regarding will we be also will we just be focusing on backend, or we will also use at least either like React or Next JS for the front end?
Okay. The course is actually for backend. I won't. If you, I think I will share the outline of our 6 weeks. I'll share it with you guys. So you see, it's just backend technologies. I don't intend to. The app we're going to be working on. We are going to connect it to the front end, but is the front end that will just bootstrap somewhere and integrate it to the back end. So we just so that we can be able to demonstrate it. So it's just back end basically. All right. I'll give us 5 minutes since nobody has any challenge installing the tools. So this is here around this 2:45 here. So in the next 5 minutes, we can call it a day. Then tomorrow, same thing. We're not doing any classes. Just for me to come online, see if anybody's facing any challenge. Um, then we'll resolve. Just me giving you my time to help you out. Resolve. Then from next week, that's when we'll start our coding. Yeah, because I believe by then you have all the tools, you have all the softwares on your system. So anything I'm doing, you will do. You follow along. You follow with me because it's going to be a hands-on project, a hands-on tutorial. So we'll learn, we'll practice, then we'll implement.
Okay, but quando io abito a gonna la for. Sure, sure, sure.
Yeah, Uche, how are you? You have you installed your softwares? Are they on your system already?
Me?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I have all the software already. I have Docker and everything other thing. I have everything already.
nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice. I take it that you developer also.
Yeah, I just want to, the thing is that I'm not a JavaScript developer, but I develop with other languages, but I've never used JavaScript to develop
S-
anything before.
Okay,
So,
like is it
um,
Spring Boot or
so
what? Which Java?
no, I use PHP a lot. I use Python a
Okay,
lot. In fact, yeah, most things I do now is on Python, but I've never done PHP. But JavaScript is just like is just needed in almost anything, right? Right now, both in
yeah,
automation and almost everything. So that's why I said let me look into the. But I have all the Docker, the all those things
nice,
before.
nice. It's good to have you guys around here. Fellow
Yeah,
developers, yeah, it makes sense.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
JavaScript
Yeah, thanks for
is
the.
easy. It's easy since you know Python and you know PHP. You are in the right market. Now, if you add
Yeah, the
JavaScript,
thing. So the thing with JavaScript is just that I feel the syntax, um, is what do I call that? Is too tight. Like is very strict on some things that will forgive you in that you can do and you be forgiven in other languages. It's very hard to be forgiven in JavaScript.
Wow, are you sure? Because okay, compared
Yeah,
with Java, you know Java, right? Compared to Java,
yeah, I know
which
Java.
is more stricter.
Yeah, Java is more of OOP kind of
Yeah, but
you can only write Java without doing OOP
yes, yes.
actually.
So I think Java is
So
even more strict than JavaScript.
most streets, okay, okay.
Although
Yeah,
JavaScript gives
but
you some free hand too. The only language I feel that is like more like give you more free hand than JavaScript is Python.
Python, yeah,
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 Python allow you to do your thing,
yeah. E- Even PHP, PHP you can write any way you want. I
right?
let's say if you don't use a framework like Laravel, if you want to do bare PHP, you can do anything you want without
Wow.
no structure. Just you understand. So that's just the thing with all those.
All right, guys. Please
But
have your softwares installed. Have your softwares installed, please. Um, tomorrow I'll be here. I'll be online. If you have anything, because I from experience, where most people have challenges installing the softwares. So that's why I'm bringing out this first week for software installing. Install it so that by next week, week two, when I'm demonstrating, you have it with you. You follow along. All right. So um, so it's almost time. It's almost time. So guys, thank you for joining. Tomorrow, same thing, same time. I'll be here. Sunday. Then, if you have any challenges, while you are installing, even if, after this class, if you are installing and you have any challenge, you can drop it in the group, in the WhatsApp group or in the Telegram group. I'll be checking it from time to time. If there's any challenge, I will try and solve it with you. Then, um, during the week, I will try and upload these videos to YouTube, to the channel. Then you can go there and go through them. And if you also have any question on the concerning the video, you drop them. I'm just open, you can reach me on WhatsApp, on Telegram, and on LinkedIn. I think I checked my LinkedIn account, so just reach out to me. I'm available. I will help you out in any way that I can on the softwares and everything. Yeah, Daniel. What's the question, Daniel? I can see your hand raised. Can you hear me? Daniel. Alright, guys. So that'll be all for today. Thank you for coming around. I really enjoyed myself since it's just installing tools. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow. If you want to reach out to me during the call, you can reach out. Then on WhatsApp, you can also message me. We'll discuss your challenges. Then get ready. You can do on your own. You can do research if you are not familiar with this thing, some of these softwares or these tools. You can just look them up. Then when we start our classes, we'll use them for hands-on demonstration. So thank you very much. Thank you. I'll get off the call now. Bye bye.